Welcome to the Buccaneers Observer. This is Ralph Phillips. How's everybody doing? Tom, what's up, man? You know, I am still trying to get to your text message, man. I feel so bad about it. It's on my list. Yeah, I just been busy, and I don't want to shortchange you. I want to respond to you, give you my full attention. How you doing, brother? Everything good? Everything good? Buckin, what's up, man? How you doing, man? How are you doing? How is everybody? Oh, man. Y'all give me just 1 second. I am doing some stuff here. Hopefully this will be it. I tell you, man, remember when technology was supposed to make our life easier? Okay. Hopefully this is it. Hopefully that's working. Yeah. I'm skipping out on chat here. Give me just 1 second. Yeah, backing up on chat. Look, I've been on for 30 seconds and I'm already extremely backed up on the chat. Okay. MK, what's up, brother? Craig, man, I was going to email you, see how things are going. What's up, man? Hippie. MH, man, who do we want in the draft and in what position? That's a tough one, man. That is a tough one. Edge or cornerback early? We've got our boy Reddick. We watched game film of him. I don't know. So I would not be upset whatsoever getting an edge guy. Cornerback, we need as much help back there as we can get. Inside linebacker, that's what everybody's saying we're going to get. We got the new guy, Anthony Walker Jr. I looked at some game film of him. Not too shabby, above average, but, not a superstar, I wouldn't say. I went and watched some of the Dolphins, or looked at some of the comments of the Dolphins fans, and it was kind of a trade with him and Devin White, or KJ Britt, and they were like, yeah, oh well, Anthony Walker's actually rated less than KJ Britt in things like coverage and stuff. So we'll see. From what I saw, he didn't look that bad. He looked okay. But again, he's not a superstar, if you know what I'm saying. So here we got, if it's cornerback. So do y'all think that I think because of Levante David signing, that we are going to be able to pick best available at our needs, right? Like if Levante didn't re-sign, I was like, we got to get an inside linebacker because we have nobody there. But since he re-signed and we picked up Anthony Walker, we're kind of okay there. It's not vital, So we could do cornerback, we could do edge. So Light was saying that they were going to put Smith back or they were thinking about doing it, which I thought it was already a done deal. Put him back at safety full time, which doesn't really mean much because our safeties play slot and cornerback and sometimes linebacker. So, man, yeah, he's a quick patch. Yeah, Reddick is. Yeah. But, kind of the same thing with Shaq Barrett. He was one thing I saw with Reddick was kind of the same that we saw with Shaq Barrett was he didn't make a lot of mistakes, man. He didn't make any mistakes. And he had a couple decent plays. When I watched Reddick with Shaq Barrett with Denver, that's how he was. He was very solid, didn't make any mistakes. All the game film I watched of him, I watched over a year's worth of game film, and he didn't make any mistakes. And that's how he was with us. I mean, he made, you can count on one hand how many mistakes he make in a season. But every game, he always made one really good play. And that's kind of what I saw with Reddick. He didn't really he wasn't gangbusters. He didn't really make a lot of mistakes. He was getting blocked by tight ends, though. I wasn't real happy about that. And he's really good at a number of things. He's got some speed off the edge, good bend. He's got a few moves, but he's really got good, we'll say, contact balance, like we do with the running backs, where he could get knocked down and instantly he was right back up. He never really lost a step, so you never know. He might come in and just do kind of like the way Shaq Barrett did, Everybody was like, Shaq Barrett's going to be a stopgap, backup player, rotational guy. And then he comes in and pops off 19 and a half sacks for us. Cornerback, inside linebacker, outside linebacker. Kicker, first round. Yeah, it's a kicker year, man. Tom's going to go watch Jen and Lane. Does she have a podcast yet? I would watch it just for the... Yeah, Bucking, that's what they were saying. Anthony Walker is just KJ Britt 2.0. But, I watched a little bit of game film from him. He had 488 defensive snaps last year that I could watch, and I think I watched like 20. And, he seemed okay. He actually had a couple of decent coverage plays. But, again, it's very, very small sample I looked at. Yeah, Reddick didn't really play much all the year last year. He sat out for the first half of the season because he was mad that he went to the Jets. I don't blame him. I'd be mad too. Oh. So, yeah, he's definitely got to knock some rust off, man. Yeah, when's the schedule coming out, MH? Do we know? Hey, I'm with you, MK. I'm with you, brother. I came prepared, so I won't have to run downstairs or have Molly bring me one. But I will probably have to have a couple bathroom breaks here. I don't have when the schedule releases. Actually, I do. We're not sure of the exact date yet. We won't know that, but it's, gosh, I want to say it's mid-April. Anybody know? Tom, I know. Yeah, our secondary scheming is it's really bad. Especially last year, it was really, really bad. I don't know what they were doing. I really don't. I think we came up with a couple of ideas, trying to figure out what their plan was back there. Safeties, would love to know the inside scoop on what happened with the safety room because it was just a disaster. But yeah, when we had a Hayes covering Washington's number one wide receiver, the only guy they ever throw to, you know, it's just like, man, what were y'all thinking? This is weird, weird. Joe, what's up, man? Yeah, yeah, injuries really hurt us last year, but we've always had, and especially since Bowles has been a coach with us, so starting in 2019, 2020, we just get clobbered with injuries. 1 year it was linebackers, but cornerbacks especially, and a lot of that has to do with Jamel Dean. He's just always injured, so he really skews the stats. But then again, Carlton Davis was always injured. We just, and across the league, cornerbacks are the most injured position. So I'd like for us to shore it up a little bit. But yeah, having these guys back, having Bryce Hall back, I want to see him out there and doing some stuff. I was happy to get him, and what did we get? 1-2 games out of him? That was horrible. Not that he's a game breaker, but he's solid. Let's see, we re-signed Sua Opeta, backup guard. I liked him. He's good for backup. We signed Sterling Shepard. I was happy about that. Very happy about that. I know a lot of guys, don't really think he did a lot, but I really like him. One thing I like about him is his attitude. That guy is a baller. He is out there blocking. Y'all remember, I think it was week 4 last year. He decleated that guy. I can't remember who it was. Decleated, and then ran downfield and blocked another guy. From that point on, I watched him every snap, and he was just like that every snap. He's a very physical guy, and that carried on to all of the rest of our receivers. Which I think a lot of that comes from Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield. But they're two tough guys. And they're the leaders of the team. I think Sterling Shepard brought it with him, but it's like all of our offense it's tough. We got some little guys out there too that are out there throwing hands and, and getting in people's faces. I love it. I love it. Our offense is actually tougher than our defense. That I don't like. We should have re-signed JTS. I wouldn't go that far, Tom. Come on. At least with Reddick, we have hope. With JTS, we know what we got. I wanted him to do good so bad. He got the shot, man. He got the shot. Never took it. Never took it. Josh Queff, yeah. Your favorite, Tom. Buck, and I was so disappointed in Chris Braswell. He did have some plays pop off at the end of the year, kind of like Logan Hall had a couple of decent parts of games last year, but Chris Braswell, I'm not writing him off yet, not by any means, but I don't know. He's kind of like with Logan Hall and Tryon Shoyinka and those guys, where I'm just like, I don't know what the scouts were seeing, because I just don't see anything. With Braswell, I don't see anything. We watched every snap he took last year, and I just really couldn't see anything that made him stand out in any way. Sometimes you get these guys that, the NFL is so new to them, and the speed and the strength and all that good stuff. You'll see them get tossed around and beat up and all that, but you will see flashes every now and then, and you'll be like, okay, I see what they saw in this guy once he gets, kind of like how Cody Mock did 2023. He just was not strong enough, but you could see he had a base that you could work with. And sure enough, in 2024, he got some meat on his bones, and he did pretty good. The Braswell, though, I just didn't see anything where I was like, okay, I see why they drafted him. So hopefully this year he'll come on and do something. Need a full year of Cansey this year, I know, right? I love Cansey, man. He's fun to watch, too. Always something with him. Always something with him. And then the PFF stat that he had where he didn't miss a single tackle opportunity. That's the first time they've ever had that. That somebody was 100% tackles. Sterling's the team's hype man. I'll take it. Sterling getting a bunch of penalties one game. Yeah, I think he got 3. He was mad about him, too. Tom's 2 hours from Miami. I bet there's good fishing down there, Tom. You ever been down there fishing? Yeah, the owners' meeting's going on right now, right, MH? Which I haven't really looked at what they're discussing. I saw they were talking about changing the playoff overtime rules again, or the regular season to match the playoff overtime rules, which you need to do. It needs to be consistent, Capo, okay. I'll get it. Situational pass rusher with Braswell. Yeah, like I said, I just didn't. I wanted to see something from him, to where I can go, okay, that's a, he's special in this category, that category, whatever. He's got speed on the outside, or he's a good bull rusher, or he can read the field well, something. Yeah, beard is getting awful long. Good grief. I do need to trim it up, man. Getting ridiculous. Owners are discussing making as much money as possible as a group. That's what their meeting's about. Hey, man, I don't blame them. Can't ever have enough. 1 billion's not enough. 10 billion's not enough. Need all the money. I guess at that point, it just becomes, where's Rampage at? At that point, it just becomes you just try to collect as many coins as possible. It's like playing a video game where you've already won, you've already beat the boss. you're just playing through just to collect as many gold coins as possible, just cause. It's like Call of Duty. I used to play, just grind out to get gold skins for the guns, or diamond guns. You're like, you've already beat the game. You got a 3-to-1 kill death ratio. It's like, why? Just something to do. Something to do. Buck, and you like fishing? Tom's a big fisher. Ilke's a fisher. Don't make me have to break out my dad's blue marlin picture again. It is a good Christmas beard. That's what they were calling me down at the stadium. Skinny Santa. I like it. I'm still going to get my eye patch and start going by the name Graybeard. Robert Kraft is getting a massage. He still does that mess. He's just much more discreet about it. He needs to do like Bill Belichick, just get him in-house. Oh no, the coach's photo, Todd and Liam were standing next to each other. Oh, I gotta see that. Ah, that's hilarious. You know, they're probably still friends. Yep, there it is. Let me see. Yeah. Ah, that's hilarious. Let me see. Where are they? Yep. I'll be darned. All right. Let me see if I can bring this up. Eh, This is like work. I can't move it around because it's filling up the whole screen. Y'all got to see this. That's hilarious. Oh, you know, I wonder if the NFL did that on purpose or if they chose to stand next to each other. Because that is funny. Here they are. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they should have put Dave Canales on the other side. Where is he at? Oh, he's way over here. He is. Ah, forgot I'm doing this. He's over here. I don't even recognize most of these coaches anymore. Here's Canales right there. My goodness. Look at him. He does not look happy. Everybody else is smiling. He's not smiling. Tomlin's not smiling either. He's not smiling. He's not smiling. Why is he sitting in the middle? Okay, so we found the grumpy coaches. He's going to take your kneecaps off. I can't tell if he's smiling or not. Tomlin's definitely not smiling. Then you got these two guys over here. Oh, you can't even see this one guy. Yeah. He's off to the edge. I wish I could move this picture around. It's just so big. Anyhow. That's hilarious. Thanks for pointing that out. That was a good one. Tom, Tom's not a fisherman. He's a pay to fish man. Oh, they were trying to show diversity. Oh, okay. Yep. The way they got everybody sat, yeah, spread them out. Yeah, Dan Campbell's a big dude, man. Did Tomlin have a losing season last year? Or are you saying he's going to have one this year? I mean, like, I got to go look at the. I didn't think that he. No, he had 10-7 last year. He's going to have his first losing one this year, though, right? After they get Aaron Rodgers, are they gonna get Aaron Rodgers, Joe? I'll give me just 1 second. Everything's just a mess anymore. I have a hard time keeping up with everything. Okay. So I'm trying some stuff out here. Some new stuff. Some of it's not working, some of it is. Hmm. Okay. Hey, Molly. Last minute, not ready, Rogers. Yeah, Roger, got to get that spotlight, man. He's so funny because he doesn't seem like a charismatic guy at all, but he does seem like he's kind of an attention hog, but he's not good at it. You know, some people are really good at holding your attention. Aaron Rodgers bores me. Like when he talks, he's just like really slow and, just kind of does this humble bragging stuff. I'm like, man, good quarterback, but I don't think he's a great leader. And y'all killed it with the fish stuff. I was going to watch the film of Anthony Walker, which is funny. They call him Anthony Walker Jr., but he's not listed as Anthony Walker Jr. anywhere. He doesn't have, actually, he does. Now that I'm looking at it on his shirt, on his jersey, it does say Walker Jr. But like Pro Football Reference and stuff doesn't have a junior. So I don't know if he's a junior or if he goes by junior or not. So apparently he does because it's on his jersey. I didn't think it was on his jersey. But I was going to show some game film here. But unfortunately, if I do, I'm going to get copyrighted because they got this branding on there that I just now noticed it. I was like, oops. Dang it, I wanted to watch some Walker. Let me see. I'm going to try and do something here. See if I can get by without Yeah. All right, let's see if we can do that. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. Now, this is the game film. I can't rewind this well. It's really just going to be us, like, I can't pause it and rewind it and fast forward, in slow motion and all that good stuff like I normally do. So anyhow, here we go. This is Anthony Walker Jr. against the Seattle Seahawks. This is him right here, number 6. All right. Now, see, I kind of dig that a little bit. He didn't get caught up in the scrum, the mess. That's one thing I will always look for with linebackers. Do they jump in and get caught up and become ineffective? But he goes down the line. You like that, comes in, then he comes in right here. Not too shabby, not too shabby. I can't stand when linebackers jump in and then just get all caught up. And don't do anything. All right, that's him right here. Got a spread formation. He's definitely okay. Now there, see, there's some good coverage. I've watched this play before. Yeah, he runs over and covers this tight end. Now here's the tight end. At least I assume that's a tight end. We'll look in the end zone angle. And here is Walker. He plays it off like he's not covering him. It's pretty good because I guess this guy blitzes. It looks like he's going to cover, but I think he blitzes in. And then Walker runs over there and covers the guy. Yep, that's exactly what happens. So Walker's running over here. Now this guy's open, but Walker's coming. I don't know if he would have caught that. It ends up going out here to number 11. So not horrible coverage there. And it was a little sneaky. A little sneaky. So what do the Dolphins play? They play 3-4 or 4-3. I think they're a 4-3 defense. Where is he? Okay, here we go. Right here. We forgot about Servassier Dennis too. Yeah, I'd like Servassier. I thought he did okay. Who was the other guy? That I liked. Who was it? I don't see anybody. Was it J.J. Russell? He was okay. He played okay. Nothing to write home about, but he was not too much of a detriment. There was somebody else. I don't know who it was. Rampage is in the house. Where you at, Rampage? There you are. How you doing, brother? Yeah, it was J.J. Russell, I think. Yeah, I think of all of them that we got, Cervasier is probably the best. You know, besides Levante, of course. We playing the Dolphins. Are we playing that division? AFC East. Sign Devin White and cut him. Y'all say the Raiders. Rampage, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Uh, the the Raiders, your team signed Devin White. You know, Spytek's over there, and you know Tom Brady. So they're going to take a chance on him. It's interesting who made that call. You know, was it Tom Brady or was it Spytek? Or was it both of them? It could have been both of them. But he's on a 1-year prove-it deal. Okay, there we go with some coverage. He was a little slow getting over there, a couple false steps. But he was looking at the quarterback at least. Okay, yeah. No, that was a good play. Seattle got him right in the zone. 20 got a little lost. He was covering his guy and looking at the quarterback. That was just a good play design. Really, Walker didn't really mess up there. And his stuttering was because he was trying to read the quarterback. Let's see, does the quarterback go from right to left here? A little bit. He definitely scans the field real quick, which causes Walker to hesitate. Not going to ding him for that one. Yeah, I think the Dolphins, oh, that was a bad fumble or bad snap there. I think the Dolphins are pretty much done. I wouldn't be surprised if that head coach is gone this year. Where's Walker? Is this Walker? Let's go back and see. I don't think he has the towel. I think this is him right here. Yeah. Okay, now see, good. I like that. I like that. I mean, he's definitely keeping his feet moving, able to shift directions. I mean, he does seem a little stiff, but you know, he kept his eyes on the quarterback. He's following the ball. You know, he didn't turn around and run to his spot. And it looks like he's supposed to go back here, you know, but he's reading the play, and he doesn't go back there just because that's where he's supposed to go. I think he sees it's probably going to go over here, so he stays low and then is able to come over here. Yeah, he had to watch out for this guy too. He did back up a little bit. Man, I wish I could rewind this. Frame by frame. Frame stepping, they call it. I'm getting certified in a editing software, and I've been using the same stuff for over a decade. So I'm like kind of like a decade behind the new technology. And I started with this one. And so he had to watch. He had to keep his eye on this guy too. So he did a good job there. It was okay. Like this new software, it's just like, wow. I was just blown away with it. I did my first class project last night. What would have taken me an hour to do on my old platform took me about 10 minutes. So that's exciting. All right, where is he? Oh, they're all confused, man. This is a quick snap. This must be him right here. All right. They caught him off guard a little bit, but he's watching. He watches the ball, man. He is paying attention to what's going on. It doesn't look like he's calling plays. But yeah, they caught Dolphins off guard a little bit there. Didn't go anywhere though. Okay, this is him here. Let's see if I can get a zoom in on his back of his helmet. Oh, he's covering. We got coverage. All right, now they're playing 3-4 defense. Maybe they do a hybrid. A little bit of holding there. Yeah, that guy was complaining about it too. Yep. Yep. He grabs, who is this, number 11? He grabs him quickly. I'm not going to complain about it because one, he didn't get called for it. And two, it's better to do that than get whooped. And 11 was going to whoop him across the middle here. So he did a pretty decent job there. Right there, yeah. You can see 11 immediately turns around, complains to the refs. It was a quick hold, though. He's complaining. Yeah, I know, Craig. You've been MIA, man. Busy. I don't think it was Greer that I was thinking about. Rampage ready for the draft. I know we're going to start really diving into that here soon. What's up? Poor Al. Did he just abandon the Bucs as a fan base, or is he moving on to another team? It sure seems like we just played the AFC East recently, but it was obviously 4 years ago, right? I don't know, Rampage. Was it Spy Tech that wanted Devin White, or was it Tom Brady, or was it both of them? Maybe Devin White does need a coach like Carroll. Because he did say a few things, Devin White did, about how he didn't feel like the coaches supported him through some of his troubles. And it really did seem like, once his dad died, he just had a bad attitude. Devin White needs to retire and give the spot to a rookie. I think if he doesn't step up this year, he's going to be retired by force. Gino went to the Raiders. Yeah. Hook it up with Carroll. Joe, I don't know what. I used to know how they did the teams that we play now or play, but then when they added an extra playoff team and stuff, it really threw in an extra game. It really threw how the schedules are set up, because it used to be, you played one conference, you played the teams in one conference in the AFC, and then you played a division in the NFC, and then you played the guys in your rank in the NFC. But now there's two extra teams that you play that are thrown in there somehow. I can't remember. So yeah, we might have played the Bills 2 years ago. Dolphins going to Super Bowl because I'm hating on them. Well, this is the Lions year, man. We played the AFC South in 2023. DaVinci Resolve, Bucking. Stuff's good. It's amazing. It's amazing the technology they got now, but it's amazing what you can do with the software now. I mean, stuff they used to, that I've been doing manually for a decade. Now you just press a button, it does it all. I mean, it's got scene detection, so you can load up a clip and hit a button, and it'll go through and detect all the scene changes and mark them. Now, I've done it with all 22, but I still have to go through and make sure it's right because it'll still detect some things that aren't scenes, like if the camera moves suddenly or, a lot of times it'll zoom out or whatever. So it's still almost about the same amount of time, but it does keep me from having to sit there because it takes me a half an hour to go through and mark all the scenes, to just place a marker at them. It takes me a half an hour because you got an hour and 20 minutes usually of game film. I speed it up to 3 times, and I'll sit there and just hit the M key, and just mark every time the play changes. So now it'll do it for me, but then I still have to go through and make sure it did it right. So it's about the same amount of time. Rampage is calling for an edge rusher. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. Edge rusher, cornerback, inside linebacker. Those 3 seem to be the consensus. One of those 3, and I think we're going to be able to go with best player available at those 3 spots. So it's a random opponent scheduled. Is it? Yeah. See, I need to look up on it because I like to know that stuff. I feel the same way, MK. I don't think we drank enough. A lot of it had to do because we were on that steep slope. Every time I got up to go get a drink, it was like, man, I'm not walking back up there. It was a long walk, steep. Molly was all kind of freaked out. I got a little tipsy though. I'm not gonna lie. Camarda instead of KJ Brett. I still want to find out what happened with him. It's just, it weirds me out the way the NFL is with stuff like that. I've talked about it before, like Jackson, our wide receiver, Vincent Jackson. He just kind of, I mean, he was probably one of our best free agent signings we've ever had, and he was a stalwart. And I think he really helped Mike Evans, become the player that he is. And Jackson, we didn't re-sign him. And he just kind of disappeared. There was no hoopla, didn't, I don't know, it was weird. And then, he ended up not doing so well afterwards. But, the NFL does that with players so much. And fiends do it too, where they just write guys off. And me, I get attached to these guys. I mean, y'all see me. I'm like, no, I don't want to get rid of this guy because I've been watching him on tape for 3 years. He's kind of grown on me. But Camarda was like that. I mean, you got to remember in 2023, Camarda was the bomb. I mean, he was 2023 or 2022. It might have been 21 and 2022. His first year, he was just incredible. I mean, he was running down the field and tackling guys every punt, every kickoff. He was like one of the first guys down there. And then the next year, I think they told him to stop doing that. So he wasn't near as aggressive, but he was still tackling guys if they broke through. And then, he had a bad year. He was just off. And then we let him go. And now he's a backup player, practice squad guy at Buffalo. I don't think he was signed anywhere last year. He might have been practice squad with Buffalo. last year. But he's probably not even going to make the team. You know, I mean, he was a. I mean, I wanted to say there was issues outside of performance. You know, because you don't just let a guy go like that. I don't know. But then the fan base never really said anything about it. Everybody was just like, moving on. It's just a punter. Oh, well. I'm like, man, I really liked Kamara. We did that with a kicker we had too. Who was it? Bryant? And he goes to Atlanta, stays there for 300 years. Yeah, linebacker group definitely needs depth. Definitely. I mean, we're going to draft linebackers, no doubt about it, inside and outside. But it's not the serious need that it was in before Levante David re-signed. If he didn't re-sign, that was going to be a huge, huge, huge issue. It was going to be a must sign quickly spot. Oh, Baker's definitely better than two. Oh, I get it, Craig. Yeah, yeah. I've been, it's the off season, so I've been hit or miss with when I get on. That lately, I've only been doing once a week. I want to start doing a lot more, but I've been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. But I hear you, brother. I hear you. I was going to email you, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to pester you. Just make sure everything's okay. Yeah, I think Baker. Definitely agree. MH Baker is top five. One of the things that makes Baker so special is his grit. He is a gritty, gritty player, and that infects a team. That's like I say. I think it really our whole offense is that way. We got a lot of gritty players on our offense, and I think a lot of that has to do with Baker Mayfield. Rampage follows the Dolphins too. You got too many favorite teams, man. You're only allowed to have one. Marge. Is that from Pee Wee's Adventure? Okay, yeah, I've still got your other list, Rampage. I've been looking at those guys. Yeah, we don't need no cornerbacks. We got Funderburk and Hayes, especially Hayes, man. That's a lockdown corner right there. Yes, right. Yeah, quarterbacks are always injured. I mean, that's a league wide thing. I don't want to say they're soft, but they do a lot of tackling, a lot of running. Matt Gay, yeah, there's another one. Was it last year? Bucking the Camarda? What? I think it was the year before that he was bad. Then we cut him, or did we cut him last year? Let me look and see. I need to know this stuff. Don't tell me the answer. Okay, so he came in 2022. Yeah, so he played with us last year. We cut him. Cut him after, was it 4 games? That can't be right. There's got to be something there, man. There's something there. Something happened. I want to say something other than performance. I mean, he played bad. Yeah, we waived him in October. Dang. Huh. Man. I should know this stuff, but that's Sam. Yeah, you're right, Bucking. Yep, 100% right. uh, the problem, Craig. I'm going to remember that, so I'm going to start emailing you. The problem is, with Molly being pregnant and stuff. Don't know if we're going to make a game this year. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I really want to. That'd be so awesome to go to Buffalo to watch a game. Yeah, yeah. Molly's grandma likes these long distance relationships. It's weird. She does gets around too. Like she was married for how long? How long was she married? Long time. 50 years? And then he passed away. And she's had like 4 boyfriends since then. And travels with them, gambles. It's funny. Living the life, man. That was a shock, MH. So I think there's something there, and I don't want to speculate, but I'm going to anyhow. I think it's probably alcohol, So I think it's some off the field issue because you just don't cut a punter, just because they have some bad games, right? Especially a guy like Camarda who was really, I was putting him up there with Pat McAfee as far as his attitude. Remember when he won, we gave him the game ball and he gave a locker room speech? What punter does that? Pat McAfee does that. What punter kicks the ball and then runs down the field and is the first one down there to tackle a guy? Pat McAfee. And that's how Camarda was. So, and it seemed like the players really liked him. So there was something there off field, that the ownership didn't like, or front office didn't like, or coach didn't like. Something. I don't think it was performance. Might have been though, because Bowles is weird about punters. He doesn't care about a punter at all. All he cares about is that they just don't mess up. And Camarda messed up a lot. So Grandma didn't have. Yeah, Grandma living it up, man. It's funny too, because nobody saw it coming. The first guy she dated, he was kind of sickly, and he ended up passing away. And then she's just like immediately. And where is she getting these guys from? Is it online? I don't know. Where's she meeting them at? Teams can wear 4 times a year? Really? Dang, Buck, and you're giving me all kinds of new information. No, was that from the team meeting? Did that just happen? Making NFL, yeah, here it is. 44 minutes ago. At the annual league meeting, yep. That their clubs wear throwback or alternate jerseys up to 4 times in a 17-game regular season. That is wild. We're getting to be like college football. That's where it's going. It's like where every game is going to be a different design. Wow. Hey, they mentioned us. They said the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can now be in their creamsicles more. Nike pushed that. You sell more jerseys. I think it's cool. I'm fine with it. Fine with it. What do y'all think? Buck and you are up on the news, man. You bringing me all the good stuff. Yeah, are we going to get it 4 times this season? Probably not this season, but next season maybe. Yeah, she's little. Everybody in Molly's family's small. Molly's about the tallest one. Yeah, more merchandise is more money for the league. Yeah, I mean it's a smart move. Everybody likes it. I mean, I'm sure there's a few people that just want to stick to the main uniforms, and I was kind of like that, but I like when we started doing our alternate jerseys, the pewters. That's what I was. And then we had the red jerseys. Well, remember we had those clock numbers, and we played the Rams, and it was the condiment game because they look like mustard and we look like ketchup. That's what I was like. I really like these uniforms. I like the all red. I like the pewter. And of course, the throwback Bucko Bruce is cool. And plus, I like buying jerseys and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, cool. I like the alternate jerseys. I like the all black. I hope we can do that one. So is it alternate jerseys or just throwbacks? Let me see. No, either one. So throwbacks or alternate jerseys up to 4 times a year. That's awesome. That's good news. I'm excited about that. Creamsicle, 3 creamsicle, and all pewter. Yes. Red jerseys, pewter pants. Those are my all-time favorite. We do play bad in the creamsicles. But that's not really fair because we sucked in the 60s, the 70s, so that ruined it. And then, we brought them back right when we started sucking again after the Josh Freeman fiasco. We had one good game with the throwbacks. Oh, you don't like the pewter uniforms? We haven't worn them since we changed our jerseys back away from the alarm clock numbers, right? Tom. Players get distracted. They do make it out to be a big event, don't they? So, now, see, if we start wearing them more regularly, it won't be a big event. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying. So, yeah, the players are getting too involved in doing the event stuff and not paying attention to the field, man. Creamsicle and pewter. Interesting. I've seen some really cool designs that fans have done. Was it last year, the year before? We were looking through some of them. I really liked some of them a lot. Oh, he blitzed in that time. No. Ooh, 21 got laid out there. There you go back and watch that. Different angle. Oh no, he doesn't. He doesn't blitz. This guy blitzes. Okay. Who is it? 21 here. He gets laid out. Oh, this guy. He got laid out. 26. Oh, yeah, creamsicle on Halloween and one around Thanksgiving. That's awesome. That's the way to do it. We got the holidays covered. Hey, we got Christmas too. That's when we should wear the all red. What's up, Dino? Team Ralph. Ooh, what happened there? What happened there? Okay, where is... Here's... Oh, they ran right at him, too. Uh-oh. That's him. This was his responsibility. Oh, he got blocked up. And then missed the tackle. Oh, not a good look. Maybe he's not good against the run. Here he is. He gets blocked by this tackle. Hopefully by the tackle and not the tight end. Hopefully it's this tackle that comes out and gets him. But then he misses the tackle. Looks like he had an opportunity to get in on it. Ran right at him, didn't they? He does a good job. He's reading the running back there. Oh, man. Just gets blocked up. Right here. Now, eight should be up in here too. Yeah, see, here's 6 right there. He had a chance to get on that tackle. He doesn't do it. Right here. See, he's loose right there. He should be able to get that. Looks like he gets kind of bumped off by 7. All right, I would definitely count that as a mistake. Where is he? Is that him in the center of the field? Yep. Dang. I don't know if he's good against the run, guys. Right here. He doesn't seem like he really wants. He just gets caught up in the scrum there. He's the only linebacker in. They go full blitz on this one. It's a tight formation, so they just bring everybody. Like a run blitz, too. Yeah, he should have popped out. And he's of no use right here. He's still watching the runner, though. Yeah. He's way too far in. He's falling down at this point. Is that Charbonnet? Charbonnet? Now, he wasn't the starter. The starting linebacker got hurt. And Walker came in and ends up playing a lot the same, but he wasn't. Okay, there you go. That was nice. Oh, and then he missed the tackle. Oh, crap. I'm not liking this. I mean, it was really good. Good positioning, but then he just totally whiffed on the tackle. He does keep his eye on the ball. I like that. And he stays out of the wash. Good read here. That was really good. Puts himself in great position and then just misses. Look at that. Bad tackle. Just slides right off of him. All right. Here he is again. I forgot to look for the green dot. Is he the play caller? Okay, good read again. Good read again. Good gap fill. Oh, come on with the tackling. Can we zoom in on this anyway? No. I can't see if he's got the green dot or not. Man, you know, he's reading well and he's getting there. Now, this is nice. This is nice. Look, he's two gapping it, keeping both covered. Boom, goes in. He's cut out, and then right here, he should have had that tackle right there. He let this running back get 5 yards after contact. I don't like his tackling. There he is here. Another tight formation by Seattle. Now he does a great job weaving or staying out of the traffic. And he really does keep his eye on the ball. He's very aware of what's going on. See, he stays clear. Boom. Comes in, makes a tackle. Good one there. Give him a sticker for that one. Walker was a starter. Let me look and see. I thought he came in after their starter got hurt. You might be right, though. You know, for many years, I've been complaining about, oh, Storm Duck. That's right. I forgot about Storm Duck. He's out there. For many years, I've complained about music. I just really don't get attached to David Long and Jordan Brooks. They had Walker listed as a backup. Chop Robinson. How'd he do? Did he do okay? Yeah, they got him listed as a backup to start the season. But yeah, with music, you know, when was the last time you like got an album, a full album, and you listened to it from front to back? You know, during the playoffs or during the Super Bowl, they had Kendrick Lamar, and I didn't know much about him. I didn't really know anything about him. So I kind of looked into, you know, because I don't like being out of the cultural loop. It was a weird feeling for me to not know who Kendrick Lamar was, really. I'd heard the name. So anyhow, kind of got into it, listened to some of his albums and all that good stuff. Yeah. But then I stumbled here recently on Falling in Reverse. And their last album, their music videos are incredible. Now they got some imagery and stuff in there I'm not a big fan of, like anti-Christian stuff, but I really got into it, man. And I'm like into the history of the lead singer and the band. And I actually got the album and I've been listening to it from the first song prequel all the way to the last song, No Fear. And I've just been listening to it over and over and over. And I can't remember the last time I did that. It was probably the 90s. Mm. So that's exciting to me. I was like, so yeah, he didn't start until week 4. This is a week 3 game. And he came in about mid-game. And then he started week 4, and then he didn't start again until week 8. He started week 8, 9, 10, and 11. Then he got hurt. And then he started week 12, 13, and 14, and then he was hurt after that. So I think he was a backup, and then the starter got hurt, and so they ended up just kind of swapping back and forth throughout the season because he was getting hurt too, apparently. David Long, oh, he got cut. Chop Robinson did great. Okay. I remember us wanting him during the draft, knowing he wouldn't fall to us, but he came on strong at the end of the year. Storm Duck is a powder puff. Yeah, remember we watched him at the end of the season. We were so proud of Storm Duck, man. He became a starter. Learn life, pick Rampage as your tutor. Okay, you come up with the greatest stuff, man. Queen's Greatest Volume hits Volume 2 was the last one. Mine probably would be Alice in Chains or gosh. Yeah, I'd probably say, it was definitely in the 90s, late 90s. It was the last time I really like bought an album and just listened to it more than once. And would listen to it from front to. I've had a lot of albums in my life that I've done that with, but it's been 20 years since I've done that. But anyhow, this last Falling in Reverse, the album is called. That's horrible. As soon as I see it, I'll be like, I knew that. You see, I got it on my playlist. Popular Monster. Yeah. Wild story with the lead singer. He's been to prison and stuff. He was in a like emo band. And then he goes to prison and they booted him out. Got another lead singer. It's crazy. And then they like had like battles with each other through the media. They're weird. But anyhow, been digging their stuff, man. I like it. It's not for everybody, that's for sure. But it's just fun to have an album to listen to, Yeah, Craig. I told y'all I went to my 70s phase about a year ago. Got a whole bunch of albums on my phone and, just started listening through them. Like Styx and Rush and, I was just hauling oats even. And that's different. I'm talking about the newer, like Pink Floyd. I was a huge Pink Floyd. Like all through the '80s, I just listened to The Wall over and over and over. I didn't get much into it. I did like some '80s music, but uh, I was big. I was huge Pink Floyd. But when the '90s came, man, it was a great time for music. I thought. I was big into Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, all the grungy guys, and then I liked Korn, Nine Inch Nails. Gosh, it was just great time for music. It was a great decade for music, man. And I miss it. But I like this Falling in Reverse, man. It's kind of, I wouldn't even say it's a concept album, but it's definitely, there's themes that go out throughout the songs. But you gotta watch the videos. The videos are like movies, man. They're awesome. Rampage could have okay as a reference. That's funny. You like 80s synth pop? You like Flock of Seagulls? And I ran so far. I like it a lot better now than I did when I was living in it. It just was so oversaturated, and it's kind of like, pop music nowadays where you're just so tired of hearing it. That's definitely how the '80s were, man. When you didn't have the ability to, just download any music you wanted. If you listen, everybody listened to the radio, so you just heard that same stuff over and over and over. So of course, being a contrarian, I had to not like it, but now I enjoy it. It's definitely made a comeback. You should, the movie Sing, it's an animated movie, great movie. Check it out. Sing and Sing 2, they're both great. And Trolls, band together. That was a good one too. Brings back a lot of that nostalgic music. My inner emo girl. They're not emo anymore. Uh, that's funny. That was funny, Craig. Yeah, they're very far from emo now, I think. Kind of hard to define. They got elements of, gosh, they got country song, they got rap, thrash, good heavy metal. They got this operatic. A lot of people are comparing the lead singer to Queen. What's his face? Because he's able to sing so many different styles and do them very well. Oh, I've enjoyed it. My inner emo girl. That was funny. Hall and Oates was great. It's a shame what's happened to them. They're fighting each other. You got lawsuits going on. It's funny, they got lawsuits going on against each other, but they're still touring, but they won't talk to each other. Uh, oh, yeah, man. Yeah. Allison Jane's Jar of Flies is an awesome, awesome album. Yeah, that's one I put on loop all the time. Old Van Halen, before Sammy Hagar. I like the Sammy Hagar Van Halen too, but not as much as David Lee Roth, man. Women and Children First and Diver Down. Good grief. Those are, classic albums. You speak to Corona Extras on. Hey, we're best buds now, Craig. What are you talking about? Yeah, man, I was big. I played in bands. Did I was huge into music, man. Huge. Music was my life up until about '97. Air Supply, yeah. Supertramp, definitely, definitely. And ELO, Sticks. Gotta love Sticks, man. Tom didn't get in that picture, MK. I was so upset. We tried. I've got one picture of Tom. But yeah, he had to. He went to the bathroom when we did that, and then that late we were going to wait for him, and then that lady was pushing us out. Remember? They were so rude. MK fishing, that would be awesome. MK, you should do it. Uh, what news? That you're pregnant? Yeah. Is that if that's what you're talking about? The movie The Dirt? We didn't get pictures individually, MK? I thought we did. No, I think you're right. I don't think we did. We were all too busy talking. We didn't take near enough pictures. I don't feel. We needed somebody there that was like the dedicated picture person. Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, I did not, Molly. Yeah, it's another girl. Yes, Craig. Molly is pregnant again. We're having another girl. That'll be three. I am I'm getting overrun in this house. Yeah. We just found out the other day it was a girl. Did a Our neighbor did a gender reveal cake for us. My daughter, my oldest daughter was so upset. She wanted a boy so bad. She was so upset. We got her on video. She like threw the phone down. And I told her, I said, okay, here's what they do in the NFL. When you lose a really bad game, you got 24 hours to complain about it. We're implementing that rule. You got 24 hours. I looked at my watch. It was 1 o'clock. I said, you got till 1 o'clock tomorrow to complain about this. And then afterwards, you got to be happy about it being a girl, because you can't, you can't let somebody feel like you didn't like them, before they were even born. Yeah, we'll definitely go to another game together. No doubt about that. But this time we'll have a designated camera person, because yeah, we didn't get near enough pictures. Oh yeah, Craig, yeah, I forgot that you weren't here for the big announcement that Molly was pregnant. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's why we might not be able to go to Buffalo, because she's gonna be pregnant, or she gonna be the baby's due mid October. Well, she got mad at me. Was it yesterday? Because I asked her when the baby was due, and I thought I was like gonna impress her because I kind of knew. So I was like December 12th, and she was like, "No, it's October." Yeah, that was a rough one. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate it. You have to go with Sammer's crew. Yeah, you could do worse. You could go with Jenna Lane. Let's see. I should have emailed you, Craig, and let you know. I should have done an email blast. You sound good. We've been trying. We tried for how long did we try, Molly? 6 months. We decided, and normally we're a little bit quicker with it. This one took longer than usual. And don't anybody bring up my age. Man, he does a really good job. Walker does a really good job. He never takes his eye off the ball. I like that. But again, right here, it gets blocked up right here. You know, got a little too close. He did get out of it though, a little late. Where is he? Right here. All right, let's go. Josh Allen's going to throw for 500. You know that's going to happen. Good grief. At least 500. Don't know if he's going to run 200 on us, though, right? Just kneel down. Yeah. Is this halftime? No, that's game over. Man, they got whooped. 24-3. Seattle won this game 24-3. Hey, there's Storm Duck. Missed him. Does Jenna still wear a mask? Probably. Hey, look. We got a jumper. I got to put this on my list right here. I don't know if y'all could see it because I had to. Here, watch him. He does a backflip. Oh, you can't see him. Hold up. I can rectify that because I have the power. There he is. Right here. There he goes. Whoop! Good job. Oh, I could have just stayed here because we could see him here. A little sloppy, but hey, I got to write that down. I'm doing a video. I haven't decided what to call it yet, but it's like the unseen special play or something like that. The play nobody knows or something like that. About how these guys, do in the victory formation will do flips and all kinds of stuff. Some of them do it. About victory. Backman celebrations. Here we go. This is week 3 or 4. Dolphins versus Seahawks. All my life I up and I can't deny. Week 3. Yep. Yeah, Rampage, you'd probably like some of the Fall in Reverse stuff because he talks about cancel culture a lot. But then again, there's a lot of stuff he talks about, or he's kind of anti-religion. Not a fan of that, but great music videos. His music videos are incredible. If nothing else, go Watch the World Burn prequel, and All My Life. He's got Blair White in All My Life, which I thought was pretty cool. Oh, Real Bucs Talk is coming on at 8:30. We're gonna go rate it. Yeah. Yeah. Ginger and the Philly guy. They got a subway system in Buffalo? I didn't know that. You miss New York City? I've only been there twice. The one was right after 9/11, a week after 9/11. So that wasn't fun. Woohoo! Smoked meats. Hmm. All right, guys, I got to get off here. We're going to watch some more Anthony Walker. Not going to do it tomorrow night. Try to get on Wednesday night. And watch some more Anthony Walker. We got Heck too. I wouldn't mind watching him. I mean, he's going to be a backup for us, but couldn't hurt watching him. One thing, he's a backup tackle. He's going to replace School that we lost, which I'd love to know that situation too. Why did we get rid of School? You know, I still haven't seen the contract information that he got with where he went. So I don't think it was money was the problem. It was the reason why we didn't keep him. So we'll see. But Charlie Heck is our new backup offensive tackle. He played with the Texans. And I was looking him up, and his father played. And he played tackle from 1989 to 2000 for Seattle Seahawks, Chicago Bears, and Washington Redskins. So he played for like 12 years in the league as a starter. So interesting. I wouldn't mind watching some film on him. See what we got, if we can find any. So again, like I said, we got Bryce Hall re-signed. Be nice to see if he could stay on the field this year. Sua Opeta, we re-signed. Be nice if he stays healthy, just to have some depth. Sterling Shepard, we re-signed. I'm happy about that. Levante David, we re-signed him for a 1-year deal. Charlie Heck, Kyle Trask has been re-signed. MK, I know you're happy about that. We got Hassan Reddick. We signed him. Kendall Vildor. We need to watch some game film on him. He was a backup cornerback, I believe, at Detroit. Riley Dixon, punter from the Giants. He came over with our special teams coach, our new one. And then we re-signed Greg Gaines and Anthony Nelson and Ben Bredeson and Chris Godwin, Eric Banks, CJ Brewer, and Kevin Merriweather, which I like Merriweather. And Brewer, I liked Brewer too. We renegotiated with them. They were, unrestricted or restricted free agents, right? They were exclusive rights free agents. Yeah. So that's been our offseason so far. We released or traded KJ Britt, Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. Tavier Thomas went to the Vikings, which that one upset me a little bit. I liked him, special teams. Justice School, he went to the Vikings. We still got guard Royce Newman. Robert Hainsey went to Jacksonville. We knew that. Will Golston, what's up with him? I haven't heard a thing about him. Let me see. Chase Edmonds, Mike Edwards. KJ Britt went to the Dolphins. Shaq Barrett, we haven't heard anything about what's going on with him, other than I heard he was in rehab. Don't know. That's been the offseason, man. So we're gonna watch some more game film Wednesday and just see what's going on. Right now we got the coaches meeting. You see my cat? She loves it in here because it's nice and warm. She likes to get up in these little cubby boxes too. We got the coaches meetings going on now, or the league meetings. And then we've got the draft coming up in 23 days. So we got to start getting on our draft stuff. We're going to do like we did last year, where we do the mock drafting together, figure out who we want, and all that good stuff. So if you got guys you want, Rampage has sent me a good list of people. Tom's been giving me people here and there. So if you got guys you want to look at, send them to me. We'll see if we can find game film, or at least, the problem with college game film is it's just like impossible to find. And even when you do find it, a lot of times you just get highlights. I don't want highlights. I want to see a full game at least. Bucs Observer Draft t-shirts. Rampage, I said I was going to have shirts last year and never got it. I got me a shirt. I'm wholesome and a good person. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Heck played at Notre Dame. You remember the dad? We're old, Tom. He's the offensive line coach of the Chiefs. Bucket, man, you are bringing the news. I did not know that. Yeah, I tried to. I tried not to, keep it clean. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, yeah. I'm with you on that, Tom. I think me and you talked about that. It bothers me. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't even know if it's humor, but I just don't like to see people get crapped on. So we got to get Bucks Observer draft shirts. Got to do that up. Send me some ideas, Rampage. I still got your spyglass idea. Rick Alston applied for Social Security. It's true. Him and Levante, man. I've talked about doing a call-in show, Craig, but nobody seems interested. Okay, I'm telling you, man, it's been years I've been trying to get film for a draft, college film. It's crap. It's impossible to find. I mean, you can get highlights, but I don't want highlights. Don't want highlights. But if that's all we can get, that's all we can get, right? You will, Rampage? Let's do that. Yeah, let's set that up. Yeah, yeah, that'd be great. You could be the draft guru. Oh yeah. Ugh. Are you talking about the shirt that I got for me, the Buccaneers Observer shirt? That was my team, Tom. Roger Staubach. I couldn't name all the players. I could only do some of the stars. Dorsett, Staubach. Tom, you would do a call. I have mentioned it so many times on here, and nobody seems to be interested. Yeah, Craig, you 10% wouldn't even be $1.25. I don't even know. I don't even know if it'd be a penny, to be honest with you. Will do. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll start working on the call-in stuff then. See how many? I have said this for 2 years. I've talked about it, and nobody's been like, "Yeah, I'd love to call in." Now everybody's wanting to do it. Get a proper share of the booty. Yeah, the Pirates got to do that, right? Got to split it all up. Everybody gets their payment in Rome. How about that? I would say gold coins, but we don't even get one gold coin. We couldn't even split it up. Well, do it, Tom. Prepare stuff about the draft. We'll do draft call-in shows all the way up until draft day. All right. Speaking of which, I got to get off here, guys. I got to go eat. I appreciate y'all hanging out. And I'm going to try to get on Tuesday, so keep an eye, or Wednesday, so keep an eye out. And I'm going to go work on the call-in stuff so we can get it going. I'm going to do it to where you can call in, do voice, or you can do a webcam. Either way, you'll have the option. But all right, guys, I appreciate it. And until next time, go Bucs.